Could you address the ball pressure that allowed you guys to get off well and really keep turning them over during most of the game?
I thought that was critical. I thought that was the most important part of the game. We're capable of that. And of course, we're asking those two guys, the guards, to do so much and play the majority or the whole entire game. So that's not the easiest thing in the world, but I thought the ball pressure and then our ball screen defense was excellent. That was our most complete defensive game. And it's been something we've really been working hard on and talking about, trying to break down and address. So that was really a very good defense, a great defensive game, and complemented by a good offensive game. So I thought the ball pressure was number one.
Thank you.
Coach, how much did you feel like tonight, the offense was really starting from the defense for you guys? You're obviously scoring in bunches for the first 10 minutes, a little bit of a lull kind of in the beginning of the second half, and again, scoring runs. Did it really feel like it was stemming from just generating a lot of turnovers?
For sure. 13 steals. I mean, I think we've probably had, since I've been here, I think we've probably had 13 steals, a handful of times or a few times. And that's really a number that jumps out at you. That's a huge number. And, a dead ball turnover is great, but if you can get a steal of the ball, I think Jacob stole the first two plays of the game. That's very intimidating, as well as giving us possession, but it's very intimidating for the offense. And yeah, when those can lead to us getting opportunities in transition, I always felt like we're a very good transition team. Those are really, really big plays. So, our steal number was so high, but our own turnovers were so low. And again, that's usually going to be a pretty good recipe.
Tyler Kolek, obviously a guy you're familiar with, who you recruited. He's been a great shooter for them this year. Today, 7 points, 1 of 5 from deep. How much was he a focus of, not letting him become the Braden Norris and kind of heat up in the second half?
Yeah, well, a three-point shooter is always going to be that focus, especially a guy he has shot so well that, so far in his career and is a very good shooter. That is a huge part. I think that, he had some more ball handling responsibilities today too, and we wanted to make him uncomfortable with the ball so that he's not so comfortable when it's time to catch and shoot. And, yeah, he's a key for them. His shooting is excellent, and we did want to make sure that if he got any, we wanted them to be even deeper, and then we wanted to make sure that he felt crowded when on the catch.
Hey, Grant, John O'Connor here. It appeared as though there was an emphasis early to pitch the ball into you. Was that sort of a carryover from the last couple games against Mason? You've been very effective against the Patriots.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if it was necessarily just because we were playing George Mason. Certainly had some success with them the last couple of times we played them. But I think the emphasis for us is always to try and get it inside early. Force teams to double me or dig or whatever it may be so we can throw it out, get shots, make the right play, get moving on offense, and go from there.
Well, you started well. It was another one of those games that was very balanced in scoring for Richmond. Why, in your estimation, is that important and valuable for Richmond?
It's huge for us in a lot of different ways. We're a really good offensive team. And to be that offensive team that we know we can be, we need scoring from all levels. We need guys scoring inside. We need guys slashing, and we need our shooters knocking down shots. We scored really well from all 3 levels last year, and that's what made us so good on offense. So when we're able to do that, it's really hard for teams to guard us.
Hey, lastly, for me, could you speak to the effectiveness of your guards, especially in turning over Mason today?
Yeah, it was huge. By far our best defensive game all year on all parts, but it all started with the guards. Their ball pressure today was amazing. Really forcing those ball handlers to make decisions. Really made them uncomfortable before they crossed half court, and it really set the tone for our whole defense today.
Thank you.
Hey, Grant. Obviously, like you said, probably your most consistent defensive effort across the board today, but particularly in terms of offense, right? You had a couple moments there where the offense lagged. It was really hot at the beginning, and a lot of that seemed to stem from, Gilly, 3 steals in the first 7 minutes. How much are you guys starting your offense from that defensive intensity? And do you feel like that's directly contributing to high defensive intensity your offense is going on runs to?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, when you're able to turn defense into offense, it's huge for us. And we have the guy who leads the country in steals. So, for him to get those and get out and get us running and get guys touches in transition, that's huge for us. Gets guys moving, gets guys going, and really gets us some easy baskets early in games. So that's huge for us for sure.
You guys also had 14 second chance points today to, I believe, only 2 for George Mason. Rebounding isn't a stat, historically that you guys have dominated, but today you were just much more physical. When you guys control the glass, especially on offense, do you feel like you're almost unbeatable?
Yeah, for sure. We got to figure out ways to score the ball. Like I said, we were really good scoring at all 3 levels. And we're going to have days where guys aren't going to make shots, and we're going to have to find other ways to score. And, I think we have some length, and certainly Tyler Burton playing more this year helps a lot on the glass. And I think he's going to be able to grab a lot of offensive rebounds for us going forward here. He's already grabbed a bunch. So it's certainly something that we can keep improving in, and hope it'll help us out down the road.
Thanks.
So Grant, after big win like this, what does the week look like now? Got a long week off before facing off against crosstown rival VCU.
Yeah, just being prepared for everything, I would say. Coach just said, I doubt we're going to have a rescheduled game here in the middle of the week. But if we do, just making sure we're ready for that. But besides that, just making sure we get in the training room, take care of our bodies, have a couple rest days here, and just get in the gym and start preparing. I know the coaching staff will have a great scout. Coach Jones will do a great job with it, and we'll be ready to go on Saturday.